faces. You told us before the game about the honour of captaining guys. How does it feel to be captain the British and Irish Lions after one of the most incredible days in professional sports ever, I would imagine?
Yeah, look, what I chatted about the other day was about how happy and lucky I was to lead the group of guys out that were going out to play, and the way they carried themselves from only having a moment's notice that the game was going ahead was fantastic today. And like, I can't reiterate how happy I am they've been able to do it and how proud of them I am.
What does it say about this group of players that you've actually come through today and in the manner that you did it as well?
Yeah, look, we chatted briefly about it before the game. There's any list of excuses that we could have used. We could have put to each other. We could have backed out a tackle, maybe like dropped the heads a wee bit, but the guys didn't. They dug in for each other, not to make sure that we kept what we want to do on track for this tour. It was obviously a very difficult day. There's a lot of guys confused, didn't get to carry out their usual match day routines. There's so many other reasons apart from the obvious ones that guys could have turned to, but they didn't. But like I said, I can't reiterate how proud I am of them.
Can you explain what it was like sitting in your room this afternoon, waiting, not knowing what was going to happen till such a relatively late period?
Yeah, look, we ended up getting tested twice today, sitting waiting for results. Guys not sure if not only was the game going to go ahead, if they were going to be positive, if they were going to be close contacts. So many different variables. So you're sitting sort of on the edge of your bed waiting to go. We were being told to prepare as if the game was going ahead, and I think as easy as that is to say, it's maybe not as easy to do. So you're waiting to go. All the guys, the bus was due to leave at 6:10, and at 6 o'clock the guys still weren't 100% sure. Guys were sitting in their red polos and shorts, sitting at the edge of their beds, waiting to get the all clear so we could leave the room to go and play. And to have that sort of lack of preparation on game day, where we'd usually have a walkthrough, we'd usually share a couple of meals together, we would usually have a very different day than we had today. But for the guys to pitch up the way they did, it's great.
2 matches played in Africa, 2 wins and 50 points scored in both of them. You must be delighted with how the tour has started, at least on the rugby field.
Yeah, look, I think the guys have been excellent, preparing for the games and obviously carrying out their roles within the games. They've been two, although it mightn't seem it in the scoreboard, 2 very difficult games. Guys getting through, playing at altitude, trying to get their breath, trying to put their hand up for that test spot, but at the same time being as good a team player as possible. I think it's been great to see, and I said earlier on, and I fully mean it. I think we're challenging Gats and giving Gats more headaches, which is good for us and good for him.
It's probably the sort of day that should end with a beer and a sing-song in the team room. Are you allowed to do that?
We've had a sing-song, no beers as of yet, but we'll wait till we get back to the hotel and see what's put on for us.
Thank you, Ian, and congratulations.
Cheers.
Next up, please, anyone. If Vinny's not there, who wants a question? Jump in.
Hey, Ian, how's it going? Congratulations on the
How
win.
are you getting on?
Good, thanks. Well, it's a busy day, kind of following everything and following the states. But I just kind of thinking about the lads isolated, having to be kind of confined to their rooms. But just kind of thinking, it must be tough on Conor Murray. You know, like made the tour captain, didn't play the last game, was expected to kind of be involved tonight, but now he's kind of isolating in his room. You got to kind of feel for someone like Conor and some of the other lads as well.
Yeah, look, it's obviously mightily frustrating for them. That was the guys who managed to get released from their hotel rooms today are probably the lucky ones. The ones back at the hotel are I'm sure they're devastated. I'm sure they were excited about playing or even being involved in the next game, which again is thrown up in the air as to what happens there. I suppose it's the nature of the beast that we've been dealing with probably for the last 18 months or whatever. Games have been called off with club and country, and by this stage I think players are kind of getting used to the topsy-turvy nature, but I'm sure this one here for him will be disappointing. But knowing Conor, he'll bounce back. He'll be as happy as possible with the hand that he's been dealt, and he'll be preparing in whatever way the support staff are going to be able to prepare him for the next time he's going to be able to train or play.
And what's the sense, like, for you guys, is for us, we're kind of looking at it from afar, seeing, like, Georgia, the Bulls, the Springboks, yourselves, positive tests. It seems a bit mad as well, but, what's your sense from people over there? I know you're not getting to talk to as many people in South Africa as you normally would, but, are they just full on wanting this tour to stay on and just keep going if it can?
Yeah, well, it's difficult because we wouldn't see anyone from outside of our bubble, like no one at all. We get up, we go to get on the bus, which is cordoned off. We get on the bus and go to training, in through gates which are cordoned off, and on the training field, back on the bus and back to the hotel. That's all we get. The hotel staff would be the only people that maybe cooking food or behind the hotel desk would be the only ones that you might have a touch of getting in contact with. But looking at it from like a media point of view, obviously a lot of teams getting cases. It's rife over here, and like this is an upset that I'm sure the management had planned for. I don't think it's overly surprising given the amount of cases and how readily it's spreading over here. But for the guys to pitch up the way they did, like I said again, I'll say it again, I'm real proud of them.
Okay, cheers, Ian. Thanks for that.
Cheers.
Let's go back at some stats here during the week, and I know there's something with say O'Gara being a big captain of the line. You had Rory Betts, you had Donald O'Callaghan, then you had O'Driscoll captain in the Southern 5, O'Connor in 09, and O'Murray taking over. Is there something there, do you think? What the Irish players are the leadership. There's no way he's going to captain because he's coming up. Is there something there, do you think, or is it just coincidence?
I don't know. I said it might just be coincidence. I'm not 100% sure. I think I wouldn't be usually one for believing in coincidences, but I can't think of any specific logical reason right now as to why there would be. I don't know, to be honest. Cheers.
Rory?
Congratulations on the captaincy and on the win. Do you have any fear as players and yourself privately that all this work you put in getting here and that you're doing over there, also the beach that you're building, will ultimately just come over the scope of the end of the day, which takes away everything and the test game is kind of how do you deal with that presence of the players that this element of normal?
Well, I suppose like for a lot of the players here, they won't get test caps, so it's about enjoying the whole experience. It's like the guys are getting up for these games as much as they, I reckon, if you compare to the times, would be getting up for test caps. Like, and it's about enjoying the experience and taking every opportunity to do that. I think that if you didn't do that, and if you knew the test series, if there was going to be no test series, we would enjoy these games as much as we could possibly. So I suppose that would probably be a similar logic. Definitely logic I think I would take to ensure, I suppose, that we have as good a time as possible on and off the field, and hopefully the test games do go ahead, and these games are preparing us well for them.
Hopefully they do, and it does look like you're putting yourself in a pretty good position right now. You're playing very well.
Yeah, like I said, everyone's trying to put their hand up for a position, and the more headaches that Gats gets, the better. And I think we're turned out to be an incredibly tight bunch of lads, and I think it's great. You can definitely see the team bonds thriving in the squad, and I think we're seeing that on the pitch, and hopefully we continue to see it for the rest of the tour. Tim, is that up as loud as it goes?
Yeah, just about, yeah. Last one now and then.
Hi, congratulations on the win. I just want to ask, it kind of just follows up on what Rory was asking there about, like, where do you feel you are at with your own game? How much of a different player do you think you are in comparison to 4 years ago when you toured in New Zealand?
Yeah, I suppose maybe in some aspects, maybe slightly more mature. I'm a bit more calm, and I'm able to sort of organise myself around my training week a wee bit better. When I look back at where I was then, probably hadn't had enough or a huge amount of experience in holding leadership roles in teams, which I think has definitely helped me over the last number of seasons. But I think all in all, probably maturity would probably be the I'm not saying I'm the most mature person in the world, but definitely is a stride forward from the last tour.
Thanks, Ian.
Thank you, everyone.
Cheers.
Thanks, Ian.